From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm David Augustine. Canada's 158th birthday kicks off today from coast to coast with an extra focus on patriotism. Teresa McGeechee from Toronto says with Donald Trump's 51st state comments, Canada Day this year takes on more importance.
With all of the unrest that's going on with the states, yes, it is more meaningful this year to me. So I'll be celebrating it maybe even just a little bit more than I usually do.
McGeechee says Canada Day has always been important to her after she immigrated from Scotland nearly 40 years ago. Well, as Canada celebrates its birthday, a national symbol is now 45 years old. O Canada was adopted as Canada's national anthem through the National Anthem Act on June 27, 1980. The song has actually existed for more than a century, though the lyrics of the English version have changed several times over the decades. It was originally commissioned to mark Saint Jean-Baptiste Day celebrations in Quebec in 1880, with the federal government's website saying the lyrics of the French version have remained unchanged. Canadians who recently got their citizenship say this year's Canada Day is more than just a celebration, it's a time to be proud. Samantha Sanella says her decision to become a Canadian citizen after living in the country for almost 3 decades was fueled by the political climate in the U.S.
Honestly, and some of that rhetoric about it becoming the 51st state is one reason I decided to plant my flag officially and become a citizen, because we are our own nation, and culturally it is different.
Sanella, who is originally from Houston, Texas, but has lived in Canada for 28 years, says celebrating her first Canada Day is a privilege, but also comes with responsibility. Some Yukon residents may have felt the ground shake last night after an earthquake was recorded near Watson Lake.
Earthquakes Canada says the 4.6 magnitude quake struck around 64 kilometers west of the town near the British Columbia-Yukon boundary. No damage was recorded and none is expected. Earthquakes Canada's magnitude scale says quakes between 3.5 and 5.4 are often felt, but rarely cause damage. Approximately 1,200 people live in Watson Lake, located 437 kilometers southeast of Whitehorse. David Bowles, The Canadian Press.
And the union representing more than 250 CN Tower workers locked out just before Canada Day says the move to do so speaks volumes. Unifor says it's also a blow to Toronto's economy at the start of peak tourist season. The workers locked out of the iconic site include hosts, waitstaff, bartenders, and cooks. CN Tower says the building's observation levels, edgewalk, and shop will all remain open during the labor disruption. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, in the NHL, it's the end of an era for the Toronto Maple Leafs as they have traded Mitch Marner to the Vegas Golden Knights in exchange for Nicholas Roy. Marner has been a Maple Leaf since 2015 when he was drafted 4th overall by the team. His trade comes as free agency begins in the league today with big league stars like Nikolai Ehlers, Brock Besser, and Brent Burns up for grabs. The Toronto Blue Jays will be wearing their Canada Day's best when they host the New York Yankees this afternoon. Right-hander Kevin Gausman will be on the mound for the Jays, who edged the Yankees 5-4 last night in the opener of the 4-game series. And the WNBA confirmed yesterday that it is expanding to 18 teams over the next 5 years, with Cleveland, Detroit, and Philadelphia all set to join the league by 2030. Cleveland will begin play in 2028, Detroit in 2029, and Philadelphia the season after. That's assuming they get approval from the NBA and WNBA Board of Governors. Toronto and Portland will enter the league next year. From the Canadian Press, I'm David Augustine.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.